Welcome back to Werewolf The Apocalypse with Rage Across New York / ValkenburgFoundation. For those of you who don't know, this is material that came out in the early 1990s, the stuff that created the White Wolf hype. This is where it all began. And some of it had aged better than other things, so I'll make adjustments for that, obviously. And the first setting book for Werewolf The Apocalypse was Rage Across New York. The first campaign for, that was a proper campaign with properly full-length stories to make a campaign together for Werewolf was ValkenburgFoundation that connects to Rage Across New York in some ways, though Rage Across New York also has other storylines proposed and laid out for storytellers to flesh out and complete, to make more complete arcs for the packs and so on. So that is why in this particular campaign we are jumping back and forth between New York and, at this moment, Wyoming, because why not, where our pack finds itself. This show is rated R for Aru and rough, and what else?
Rough mental health.
Yes,
sure.
Very rough mental health. People in Valkenburg Foundation, the patients are not doing well, let's just say. They need some help, definitely.
We're here, licensed professionals.
Yes, you definitely licensed medical health. Yes, mental health. Absolutely. Luckily, Valkenburg Foundation already has those, with resident psychiatrists and veterinarians and so on. Because when a wolfborn gets sick, you don't go to a medical doctor, you go to a veterinarian.
Most of the time they just die, but...
Yes. With us this time we have...
Hello, I'm Dominic, or Domi for short, any pronouns. I will today be playing Rice, also known by her werewolf name Femis, who is a Black Fury Philodox. She wants to lend a helping paw to these people.
Alright. I'm El Duende, pronouns any all, favored grandchild of Nurgle, and I'll be playing as Stromfeld, aka True Strike. The Get a Paw rune.
Alright. I'm Jan. I'm be playing Paul, aka Skaters and Shadows, aka Otis, the Bonar Ragabash.
Hello, I am Ender, he, him, and I am playing Miranda Blackpool, goes by Weavewalker, pack leader, and on her last mental thread.
Roger, I'm playing Miles Lincoln, the Glasswalker Galliard, New York Bohemian. This is the first time we have managed to introduce ourselves in order and smoothly.
Good job! You gain an honor or wisdom. No, maybe you should. Yes, there you go. Take a bow.
We did it.
Yes. You did it.
Hey, it only took 50 sessions.
I blame me. I'm too shy. I'm afraid of stepping on people, so I wait.
No, even before you, we still fucked up.
Yeah, I think we never really officially said that we were going to introduce ourselves in Discord order in the chat.
But now we've done it, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see now. Did Weavewalker act according to the Glasswalker renown, which is wisdom, last session? I think so. I'm not sure that she gained any wisdom particularly, because you haven't taken any actions yet to gain things. You're just gathering intelligence. But
I think that's wise.
Yes, I know it's wise. So that's why I'm giving you...
Gathering intelligence is a wise move.
It is a wise move. Not just... You've been observing a lot and taking in things a lot. You haven't made decisions about stuff. And that's also about wisdom. But my point is, you did act according to your tribe's primary renown, which I believe is wisdom. When this pack, after having been overwhelmed by all that you have seen today at the Valkenburg Foundation, and you've seen the chest that Gretchen presented to you, I'll give you back an aggravated point of willpower damage. So Weave Walker is going to be feeling the moment you come out of the doors to the Valkenburg Foundation and draw a deep breath, your entire body is just going to shudder with relaxation from all the tensions that are going away that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah.
But maybe that's going to happen after you actually, I don't know. Do you have any reply to Gretchen as she's standing there with her chest and her offer? You might not.
I know it. I have an idea for what Jake says.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right then. So if we become the questing pack, what would that entail? Could we still go back to the Step to the Green?
As far as I'm
Continue our
concerned,
work.
yes, of course, she says.
Okay, I'm in.
What we would need help with is primarily threats against the Foundation and bringing lost cubs back safely when there are dangers around. A pack that roams away from the Foundation. We have our own defenses in many ways, and you've seen the staff. Plenty of them are of the blood. Plenty of them are Garou. I think we're fine with defending the actual Foundation should it come to that. But sometimes to find the lost cubs, they're not coming to us because they know we exist. They're not being sent here by troubled parents like in other cases of places of healing, because we cannot really advertise our place, can we? Can you imagine the breach of the veil if we put out some kind of television ad? Have your troubled teen started shedding on the couch? That's not something we can do. These moments are deeply traumatic, they're deeply secretive, and as much as Lucius, our scout, is doing his level best to find lost cubs, he is just one Garou. So the Questing Pact helped us a lot with situations where one Garou was just not enough protection to bring back lost cubs. Now, finding lost cubs and finding those who have the level of trauma that Graveseeker has, for example, there aren't many of them. We are not going to... I'm not expecting this to be something where you are going to be working on this full time for us. Yes, Themis.
Yes, Themis will just like in the middle of it, just loudly clear her voice and go, while I sympathize, I just want to make it clear that we don't have a de facto leader, and although I agree with... Sorry, I forgot your character's name for a second. Jake? What was your deed name again?
True Strike.
No, while I agree with True Strike over here, this is a group decision.
Of course.
Yeah, that was just my vote, that's all.
At which point Miranda will... Because currently she's at -1 charisma. So, in this moment she's at -1 charisma. So she's going to say, normally I make the decisions, but it's been a long day and our pack needs to talk about it.
Of course. We have staff. I'm going to make sure that they can prepare the bedrooms of the former questing pack. I'm not making any assumptions as to your decision, but it's the best we can offer in terms of hospitality and a bed and a roof over your head for tonight. Unless you want to go to one of the towns and find the motel. I think our place will be more comfortable, honestly, but I understand fully and I respect fully if you want to clear your heads a bit. It's a lot to take in and process, and if you feel like you should do that away from Foundation grounds, you're more than welcome to do.
Weefwalker's gonna growl out. It's appreciated, thank you. She's doing her
Some
best.
hotels
guys.
don't have the best history.
Walker is broken after all this.
She used 8 willpower. So
She did. There was a lot
so
of will
over
work
today.
from her. You know where to find us. She's gonna hand over a business card so you have the phone number to the Foundation should you need it. She will give you one each. And I hope I can welcome you back here soon. But regardless, I do wish you good night and a nice stay in Wyoming, and I hope that you can rest up a bit and clear your head properly and at least enjoy a little bit of relaxation too after your long journey. You must be exhausted, and I'm sorry that I foisted all this upon you immediately after your road trip. Might not have been entirely fair by me. I know why you came, and it was urgent, and I know that you had to speak to Graveseeker that urgently, so there we are. This chest contains the talismans of the previous questing pack, and they would be yours should you accept, but we'll talk about that at a later time and let you get settled in for the night wherever you choose to go. First decision, are you gonna
Is the chest open, by the way?
It is not at the moment.
Okay.
But she can open it. If you're curious about that, she can definitely open it. Are you curious about that?
Bribe mechanic.
Bribe mechanic.
Sure, I guess I'll ask. Right.
Of course.
Jake was also curious. He didn't want to ask. Felt like it was rude.
Yeah, Bryce is just gonna ask. She has the audacity to do.
Have we actually seen any talismans so far in our werewolf lives?
Not really, no. Except
We would have.
Weave Walker's special phone. I guess that would count-ish.
But like we would have seen at the meetings. At
the other people
sets.
have. Yeah, the other people have talismans.
Didn't we have that one weird egg, or am I remembering it correctly?
I don't remember an egg.
There was a really big weird egg at the bottom of the mining pit, but the Galestalker Sept
I guess they
took
took care of that, or
Yeah,
okay.
they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on Sept of the Winterwolf lands, and once you had to rouse them, they had a whole big battle in the Umbra that you never saw. And apparently...
Partially saw.
Yeah, it was bad. And the thing was worm-ridden. You did your part, but we'll take it from here. This is our land, like this kind of thing. Anyway. Yeah, she'll lift the lid, and there's actually something glowing inside. It's a soft moonlight coming, sparkling in the room as she does this. I think I should have some sparkling moonlight, shouldn't I?
Light effect, go!
Light effect, go! Where is it?
Bring back the disco ball.
Jake, upon saying that, groovy. No idea what that is, but groovy.
Or for real, it is the disco ball effect. Amazing.
It's not like that light effect in Dragonbane that made it look like a tactical nuke had gone off.
That was interesting.
I do love your choices for light effect, it's great.
In a bag, there's a black cloth sack. This stone that is sitting among the other items, it's a small rock, it's glowing with moonlight from within it. And, I mean, it's not very powerful right now, and it's sitting on a black cloth sack. This is Moongleam, Gretchen explains. It will shine with the light of the moon, and it varies between the phases of the moon. So during the new moon, it's as strong as a faint candlelight, and during the full moon, it's as strong as headlights of a car, really. But you can always put it in the pouch. And then there is the whistle call. It's a wooden whistle with some runes on it. When you blow in this whistle, all pack members, no matter where you are, will know that the blower is in trouble. If you blow it a second time, the rest of the pack will know where the whistler is.
Looks very Celtic.
I don't know the origins of these items myself. It's entirely possible that the Hark Wardens were involved in making this one.
There's a lot of heart wardens from the Isles.
That's
We
where
have
they're
a
based.
Hark Warden in the staff.
Oh.
This is a glaive. It's called Spirit Slayer. It has a spirit bound into it dedicated to the defense of the earthly realm from umbral manifestations. So, though the one who carries it will be able to see into the umbra.
Is that... Wait, Mikhail, is that silver? Can I see?
It's not silver, no.
Okay.
Okay.
It'd be easy to tell. We
Silver,
just look at Themis
Bryce
to
would have
see
been
whether
very
they're
unhappy.
running.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because of Themis's reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, move on, sorry.
And then there is a jaw.
I think, are there runes on that blade, by the way?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Bryce will like immediately side-eye Jake. Totally not Norse runes at all.
There is a jar, a ceramic jar. This is war paint, and there is a piece of buffalo hide that has a diagram on it. The diagram shows how the paint is to be applied and the effects thereof. If you are drawing a star around each eye, you will have the gift of the scent of the true form. If you're drawing an arrow on your forehead, you will have the gift of stare down. If you do claw marks on your chest, you will have some armor applied. But these are talents. There is just enough paint for 10 applications.
10 is pretty good. Is a white sage also included in the package?
Not really.
Ah, damn it.
But it's not. It is included, but it's strictly ornamental. This is the most
just
powerful
smells
fetish of them all. The summons from across the gulf. It's a small mirror set in a wooden frame and painted with odd symbols. The previous questing pack used it to speak to ancestor spirits, just staring at themselves in the mirror and looking to contact with the ancestor spirits. But it only works when the ancestor spirit deems the member worthy. So not only can you not use it now because you're not the questing pack, you haven't been initiated as such, but even after that, the ancestors will have to deem you worthy.
Wait, come again? What is this? What does it do?
You look at it and you get advice from your ancestors.
Precisely.
Like, your grand says to you, you look fat in that dress. Maybe you should wear something slimming.
Not quite, says Gretchen.
To clarify, you don't
Imagine
look bad in that MS, you look fine.
Grandmothers, they're always correcting you.
You will get that motherly, oh, I know the young people like to joke about everything look from Valkenburg.
Just out of character, I imagine Bryce just looking into this and there's just a person speaking to her in Greek and she doesn't understand shit. I mean,
Could
I think
happen.
technically you are allowed 2 languages, so it could be that she speaks Greek.
Yep, could be. Up to you. Very well. These are the items. But if you do accept to become the questing pack, I hope you're not doing it for the items, but rather for our patience. Anyway, I'll let you go. Did you want
mean,
to
either-
have sleeping quarters here or somewhere else?
I say here because we don't have a great history with motels.
Oh,
Yes,
True, we
fine.
don't.
Yeah, I don't mind sleeping here.
Very well. Alright, she's gonna shake everybody's hands one by one.
oh, I was
in
going to
no
ask you, was she
particular
going to do that?
order. What was that?
I said I was going to ask, was she going to do that?
And she has a phone with an intercom on, and she's gonna ask one of the staff, one of the kinfolk staff actually, to come and lead you to some nice bedrooms.
Mikhail, when she's shaking my hand, can I know, like fake going for a hug and try to take her keys from her back pocket?
Oh my god. Alright, can I?
You could try.
Would I have done this if I hadn't quit
Could
an
I
hour
just
earlier?
try an
Like,
awareness roll to, if he tries to do this, be like, don't. Just fucking stop.
Skitters, you have all the larceny, but your specialty is in break-ins, not in pickpocketing. Even True Strike, your awareness is not enough if we're taking half. So, yeah, Skitters will
Let's
just
roll.
do it.
Hold on. I can.
Okay, since I missed the
It-
last hour, do we trust these guys now? Because as far as I know, when I quit last week, we do not trust these guys, and that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm stealing
I
Didn't
stuff
you
mean,
off.
watch the
for
rest?
context,
How
for
could
context,
I-
there wasn't
It-
anything obviously suspect, at least that we haven't found out yet. So far, everything is up to par. I just think like the pack as a whole is just always on like suspicious alert.
We are quite paranoid.
But
Yeah,
there
okay,
aren't any
If
signs.
everybody's still
so far.
paranoid, I will do it. I will try to take her keys from her pocket. And
Yeah,
she'll
I-
take hug.
Is Weave Walker's passive enough awareness? She's a lot of awareness.
Yes, it might be. Yes.
Alright, 4 successes wasn't enough.
Let's see now. Attacker wins, so no. Skitters is the attacker, so you
I
need.
think this is a case where Bryce's insight is high enough to realize something is going on, but she's not gonna stop
So,
it.
so Weave Walker is actually not having enough wits and awareness to stop Skitters, and
You can still get a crit.
That's enough.
okay, now it is enough.
She's going to just reach out and put a hand on Skinner's shoulders. And it's,
Oh, but you have
not the
-2
time.
on the roll because you're still in.
oh, is that?
Yeah. 'cause-
Wits.
Yeah. It's social and mental rolls.
Then, yeah,
It's
4
fi-
fails.
Well, it would still be 1 success less, though. So you would still have 5 successes. So it's fine with that roll.
Okay.
Yeah, you still notice it.
She's just gonna reach out, just put a hand on Skinner's shoulders, and I think we need to rest for a bit. We've been crammed to the RV too long. We should go.
Okay.
Of course.
Miles
You-
was completely oblivious to all of this because
Yep.
he was driving all night, and now he's been in a room with the moonlight stone acting like a very soothing nightlight, so he's barely awake at this point.
The first time you see the light of the moon in a day, you gauge a rage point, don't you?
Wait, what? No, I thought it was when you howl at the moon.
Yes, when you
Oh.
howl,
It's when you howl. That's fair. So,
you have to actively do it.
Yeah. So you just saw the light
Thank
of
God,
the
'cause
moon,
that-
but you haven't howled
That would put me at 5 rage.
Yeah, if I howl now, I'm gonna be at max, so I'm not gonna do that.
We don't want to be at max.
I'm just gonna use this
Nope.
old picture for convenience. I'm sure it's actually much nicer.
It's just.
Probably has a
Oh,
lot
never mind.
less
It's,
amenities.
I don't gain 2 rage. I gain 1, but I do heal willpower if I were to howl at the moon. My
God, that's a
willpower,
nice howl.
my willpower is fine. We're back at the hotel again. No, this is a totally different room.
Yeah, Miranda's calmed down at this point.
Yeah.
She's a bit better.
I have some sort of compulsion that requires me to howl at the moon.
No, I don't think you do.
Nope, that just it
Not
turns.
unless you have a very odd flaw for it or whatever.
Yeah, you'd have to have taken that flaw of character creation.
Do you remember I had
Is there a
something
flaw
like
for that?
What is that under?
I don't know. I don't know if
think
there
it-
is one that compels you
wait,
to follow
maybe I'm
it.
thinking
Moon's
of
roll.
there's...
Everybody is speaking at once. Not a good idea.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Let's try that again.
Yeah, I've got the flaw moon thralled. The moon has undue sway over you. Whenever
Yes,
you see
that-
the moon for the first time on any given night, you must change form to Glabro or Hispo. Make any concomitant rage checks.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
you do have to shift in the office.
What does that count as the moon?
Yeah. Yeah, it's literally moonlight.
Yeah, but moonlight and the moon are different.
Start roll. Oh, Miles.
Oh yeah, that is just hilarious. That like she opens it, Miles just has to turn into. I guess he would instinctively turn into Hispo because that's the one that he goes into the most.
I'm just imagining like the chair is creaking under your weight.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, and I just say sorry. He does that sometimes.
Right. Yeah, the secretary will show you over, because of course Gretchen has one of those. And she will show you over to the place. Unlike so many in the Foundation, the secretary is very stern looking, very businesslike, no nonsense person who wants everything to be just a sharp-featured woman in her early 50s. She has a tightly pulled back, a graying
The kind of
hair.
gal where you take a paper clip without reporting it.
Oh my
she
god.
will help.
Yeah. Conservative gray cardigan over a collared blouse and very stern indeed.
If you
Yeah.
use a blue pen in the office, she will also scalp you for that.
No, she'll have someone else scalp you. She doesn't get her very nicely manicured nails dirty.
Oh no, I feel like the blue pen might make her angry enough to do it her.
Maybe. Here you go. This is her. She's, yeah. That's the secretary. She's not going to say much. She's just going to lead you over to... So it's out of the actual main building, and then on the backside to a side building, which is more like an old log cabin with a big log cabin with plenty of rooms. And quite comfortable at that. And the beds are perfectly made. It's not the time of year when you need to have a fire in the fireplace, but one can definitely be arranged. And you'll have all amenities. There's a small kitchen in here as well. And like a common room in front of that fireplace. Very rustic. And yeah, feel free to make yourselves comfortable here. She will leave you to it.
All right.
Yeah.
So why didn't you want me to steal from her? We still need to investigate this place. I'm not 100% satisfied they're not doing something to the people here.
Wait, you were going to steal from her?
Yeah, her keys.
You fucking.
There's nothing obviously suspect yet.
Also,
We don't have to resort to theft.
All right, this might sound naive or whatever, but I have a good feeling about these people.
Okay, and you're an expert in analyzing people's motives and what they want?
no, we're not doing this. We're not tearing each other apart. We're not tearing each other apart. This is stupid. Right now, we've found Graveseeker. They are stable as much as I can gather, although not healthy enough to travel. At least for us, at least.
Yeah.
If he'd pulled out that Wolfbane while we were driving, we could have gotten into a serious car crash.
And I will say, I think at least the head of the facility has good intentions. Like, obviously, I'm not a doctor or psychologist or whatever, but I can tell when people are lying. I can tell when
Okay.
people are hiding things.
But just because she's lying doesn't mean... Just because she's not lying doesn't mean she's telling the whole truth.
Possible, but as
with
I
her-
have said this, to my pack earlier, but I think she might be good intentioned. I can't speak for her entire staff, though.
I'm in Hispo, I can still communicate fully. Yeah, Miles is just sort of is still in Huspo, curled up on the bed, and he just says, "If we do become the questing pack, we've got the right vehicle for it, and it's an opportunity for more sleep-deprived all-night driving." And he just paws at his ear and curls up and goes to sleep.
Look, this thing about the questing pack. Number one, don't we we've enough to be doing fighting the worm in New York besides traveling all over America looking for...
Our job's to help Gaia. Gaia's
Yes.
everywhere,
That's
not
true,
just
but
in New York. Also, there is a lot of our kid in New York,
yes.
and they're already doing what they can. We're not
Yes.
abandoning New York, but
Plus, there's always a chance we run
If we gain
into.
these,
Sorry.
if we gain these people's trust, we could possibly get that guy out of here, regardless.
But not just him, they have other patients as well. Like, they have a whole bunch of wolf born in a kennel. In a kennel! I'm not signing up to being part of any question pack until I know these guys are not just well-intentioned, but...
I'll point out, if the wolves didn't want to be in the kennel, or at least accepting of it, they'd be able to break out.
We don't... I don't know,
And
like, they
no,
could be
that's,
drugged, I don't know, I wasn't able to get in, like, said I wouldn't go in, so I didn't. But
Must be using some heavy drugs to keep a bunch of pissed off werewolves in check.
yes, but there's a bunch of werewolves here. They'd understand the right gifts, the right combination of stuff to use to keep werewolves here without their
and, yeah, I get it's aware to see, but it's not like they're keeping them in tiny little cages. There's a whole pasture there. Granted, it could be even bigger for or whatever to give them more space, but I've seen was much worse. Like, I've held protests at the goddamn zoo in New York. Have you seen that place? How they treat the animals there?
Oh, in this case,
Even if we still think. Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Even if we-
in this case,
Alright.
Skinners, I think it's a good. I appreciate the paranoia, but did you talk to any of the wolves?
No, I didn't.
Why do you assume they're drugged?
I don't assume they're drugged. It's just not something I've ruled out.
Okay. Then, once we've finished talking about this, why don't we just go outside and talk to them, see if they're willing to talk?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That sounds great to me.
I guess
That's an easy way to solve that worry.
is even if somehow Skitters you turn out to be right about everything about this place being suspicious, we say yes, we still get a bunch of talismans.
I do wonder, though, with them. While they are powerful and interesting, the last questing pack died, so how do they have all of their talismans?
And
True.
what get me is that I thought they said it was a glaive, but I thought all glaives were silver, and that wasn't silver.
No, all glaives are blades with spirits in them.
There
Not all
are,
glaives are made of silver, though.
Just other characters. There are ceremonial glaives that aren't silver.
Alright.
Jake would know this in character, because I feel like because, his mentor would probably tell him that.
All the knife experts.
Exactly.
I guess
When you're dead apprentice, you learn shit.
and when you're long enough in a scepter, you might see them being used at some point.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
by now you've all seen the use of at least one glaive for ritual purposes. Even at just distance.
Yep. Okay. I don't believe we'll have any problem. Does anyone have any... I say everything's time sensitive, but... Does anyone have any missions back home that require their immediate attention? Obviously, the site...
Immediate?
Up.
No, technically not.
No, I don't have any immediate intention. I'm still investigating that suspicious security company, but
I think I might make a quick call to Arngov tomorrow. That I'll be out of New York for a while longer, but that's about it, pretty much.
yeah, I'll need to ring my friend.
Yeah, the one thing I was looking into is partially related to this, although I don't know if I will necessarily find any traces here.
Understood. Okay. In that case, it's late. I need to rest.
Not really late, it just feels late.
You got the moon out in that image.
I'm sorry. It's
Is it sleeping late or is it like
no,
evening?
it's mid-afternoon really.
It's 3 p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
in that case,
Kate,
she's gonna-
you need a nap, I think.
But we can all understand why Miranda feels she needs a nap, because ugh. It's all the stuff. But if you feel better now, like once you've gotten away from that overwhelming sensory overload stuff inside the main foundation building, you're with your pack, there's a sense of safety here. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see how people are tired.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't
she's
have,
she's gonna power nap for a bit.
Power nap makes sense.
Yes,
Damn
I
it.
don't have access to drawing tools, so I can't draw a fake sun on the window.
Fair enough.
The
She
only
tries
one...
to.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, she's trying to burn off a bit of rage. She tries to turn it to his mode, but she's just angrily snoring in the corner as a dire wolf.
Never mind.
You all
Are
have
there,
you all have your own
windows?
room. There is space to sleep, like 6 people.
Oh, we have
here.
separate rooms.
Yeah, you have 2 separate rooms. So
Perfect.
I think,
and Store Speaker apparently also went to bed because he was driving all night, right?
These beds are pretty good if they can handle Hispo form.
They can handle.
This is a
stuff.
werewolf.
Yeah,
How much would a Hispo wolf weigh?
I have
Probably,
no
like-
idea.
I have to imagine.
Maybe twice of a regular wolf, maybe?
I bet it's like roughly the size of a black bear. Probably.
That's a bit big.
Yeah, this was big.
I
Time
would
to
have
look
been as big as a
estimates.
black bear. I'd say, I don't know.
I feel like, yeah, I guess it
I'd
depends
say
on
lot, maybe.
It does say that like they're big enough where it affects their stealth rolls negatively, so I'd argue that they have to be pretty big then for it to
That's
negatively
true as
affect their
well.
stealth.
The average body mass of a wolf is around 40 kilos, 88 pounds. A hispo will obviously be a lot more than that.
Damn, I can't believe I'm 10 kilos heavier than a wolf.
There we go!
No.
How big was a dire wolf? Because dire wolves existed in the past. Apparently, around 70 kilos and say 150
Is that about the
pounds.
same as a bear? Are bears that height?
I don't even know.
heavy?
I feel like bears probably would be heavier.
Yeah,
It depends on the type of bear, though.
brown bear.
Yeah, I was thinking of like a small bear, like a black bear, I feel.
Oh, black bear, yes. I thought you said brown.
No, I said black, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. After
It's
her
fine.
power nap, she comes back to a bunch of conversations about bears.
Or we're just having this conversation like in character.
Just
Yeah, sure,
yeah.
why not?
How much do you really weigh? Anyone have scales around here? This is normal
I mean-
conversations from...
This is a health facility, so technically we could weigh it.
Absolutely you can. Yeah.
Ask very nicely for a scale. I guess that's what
Yes.
we're doing while
Oh,
the
we
other
can
ones
feel
are
like-
asleep.
We could steal like one bathroom scale from
Maybe while
each
like
room.
the others are sleeping, like I switch to Hispo to do the weight check.
Okay.
Then
Is
someone
it,
breaks the scale
they'll-
by going Krenos.
I assume they
Were
would
Miles and
have.
Miranda doing this when they first changed for the first time. They were in the Winnebago. They had a glass walker who like introduced them to the life, and they were doing all the sort of weird tests with transforming and stuff. And like the Winnebago was like dropping down on its springs as they suddenly got heavier.
Okay, True Strike, stand a little bit more still. I'm trying to look at the weight. True Strike was like very short in human form.
I was thinking
Average.
like 5'7". Yeah, pretty short.
Yeah, so I do remember jokingly just being like, okay, Bryce is taller than you. But yes, she's just looking, okay. So, okay, 70... Yeah, 70.9. I guess we weren't far off. Okay, you can get up now.
Yeah.
So the globroform we are totally exploring this, right? This is very important science. You are at a place
I'm
of
guessing
science
that-
and you're doing science.
I'm guessing with a +2 on physical tests, it's probably roughly the size of a Neanderthal or maybe bigger. Like
The globroform do body weight doubles
oh,
compared to homid.
Interesting.
Yeah, adds about 6
Because
inches to a
you-
foot to their normal height.
So your density also just expands.
Yes.
So if
Your
you
boy
previously
gets
were weighing
bigger.
60 kilos, you're now 120.
Yeah.
okay, damn.
And then the Krenos doubles that.
Oh,
Possibly even
It's
more.
also a
than
heavy
that.
wolf.
It goes to add
Um,
100 to 200% to the globro weight form, so it's really 150% to the globro. That means that you are 250% of your homid shape when you are in Krenos. So if you are 60
Okay.
kilos in human form, that is in Krenos, that gives you 150 kilos.
Okay, Bryce is gonna weigh herself.
No, that's not right. That is going to be 60 times 3.5.
Oh.
210 kilos.
This is for science.
Yes, it is
Um,
for science. So you're like 210 kilos in Krenos.
Okay, so Bryce looks at the scale. Oh my goodness. 120 kilos.
the fucking kilo.
I don't know if she's Greek. She's Greek. Sometimes she uses kilos. I don't know. Do they use pounds in the US?
Oh,
Yes.
it's time for the ultimate
Yes.
experiment.
Yes, they use
Okay,
pounds
so
in the
that would
US.
be roughly
So-
240 pounds.
How much do you weigh in kilos normally?
Bryce in Krynos form would be. I'm saying that Bryce in Homid form would be roughly 60 kilos, which would be
Okay,
roughly
so
100.
that's 130 pounds.
So, yeah.
130 times, you would end up being 450 pounds, just about.
Damn.
Yeah.
In Krynos.
And then Jake says, "All right, then it's time for one more form," and then switches to Krynos.
Bryce.
Jake's normal
she just
weight?
backs off the scale. Wait, I don't think that's gonna hold, Jake.
How much is Jake's
Oh my
normal size? Wait, 80 kilos, something like that? 80. How many pounds,
Yes, yeah.
Jake? In Homid?
How many pounds? In Hamid, I'm gonna say
I guess you would either weigh the same as Bryce, or maybe a little bit more, give or take.
a little bit more than Bryce. Probably just like a little bit more due
Yeah.
to like muscle mass.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's put you to 150 pounds then.
I'm just looking up averages.
Which puts you to more than 500 pounds in Krynos. 500.
Which is.
Yep.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
get
The
after
scale's
spending-
gonna fucking break. Even if it's like a goddamn like animal scale.
Yeah.
Even if it's like a
it's
wet scale, you know?
240 kilos in Krynos.
All right then. After that, I switch back to Hamid, and then now I have 1 willpower point of superficial damage. And is it still night?
I don't think we
You
spent
got to
time
the
on
night
this.
yet. This is just you chilling in the afternoon right now.
All right. The second it turns to night, I can just quickly howl at the moon and both recover the willpower and get a rage point back.
I'm gonna say, after your shenanigans of playing around with the scales, let's face it, like the very young guru that you are, because
Oh.
this is a we are teenagers and finding out we're newbies and finding out about our bodies.
Yes, we're playing our characters, obviously.
Yes, totally.
And this is
I-
just totally not the players being silly adults.
This is young adults testing out their forms. This is the montage scene from X-Men First Class when they're just clowning around with their powers. That's what that is.
Yeah. I
Right,
just
right before they
um,
kill the unkillable character.
Exactly.
I just imagine Bryce tries to look at the scale as Jake is in Krynos form, and like the scale has like a limit, so it's like it caps out at a certain point before it breaks.
It goes error.
But yeah, Weave Walker is Storm Speaker. You are waking up after your power nap, and the time will now be. Let's set the time at 5 in the afternoon. 1700 hours.
I'll later when the moon is out.
When is the moon out? This is. You're in Wyoming.
like spring,
It's the 24th
right.
of May. Moonrise. I am checking.
Yeah, the problem is.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a while. That's gonna be in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
For my
As long as we're not
moon
losing the
scroll
wolf, it's okay.
Actually, I'm wrong.
Wait.
Moonrise in Wyoming for this date and this year was 117. So you could actually see the moon even in the afternoon. It's a waxing
Oh.
gibbous, which is a Gaillard moon.
Yep. I guess a quick howl later, I'm back to 2 rage and 0 will damage.
I
Very
think I'm
well.
gonna wait on howling at the moon until a little later in the night.
If there's one place that there will be occasional howls at the moon, it's going to be ValkenburgFoundation. I'm sure you heard some howling when the moon came up, when you were giving the tour and having the lunch. Somewhere off the grounds, there was a howl. Because why not? Someone will.
Yes, and I'm totally not saying this because I have a specific merit that lets me heal willpower damage when I howl at the moon.
Not at all. That is not why you're saying this.
So I'm waiting until I have willpower damage.
God, I love Moon Quicken.
Yes.
Question is, you still haven't made a decision about whether to become the quick questing pack or not. You've done a lot of toying around with some scales, but that decision has yet to come. Weave Walker probably feels
You're-
refreshed from the sleep, though.
We're probably
But-
gonna have to tell them later. Just hey, by the way, we broke your veterinary scale.
I could try to fix it with my craft.
Can you?
Yes, why not? I have dots in craft. Let's try to use them. Can I try to fix this? It's a mechanical scales, right? Not electronic. So
Yeah, that would be.
I have
cool,
two-
yeah.
That
Yeah, you
is
can
true.
definitely.
Okay,
fix
so it might be a little bit easier to fix.
I
6
don't.
dots.
Yeah, I don't
in
think you need
Dex
to
plus
roll for
scrap.
this. This is it's a
I guess
take-out
it's
situation.
a mechanical
Skitter's just
scale
kinda
would probably also be.
pops it open.
Sure.
Skitters is actually better in this situation at crafts than Stormspeaker is, because Stormspeaker's big thing is soldering, not working with cogwheels and spring-loaded things and whatnot. Yeah.
I'm curious now.
Well,
Just so,
The story reason why Skitters is good at craft is that he makes his own burglary
That
stuff.
makes sense. In this
for a
case,
second,
you're
I
gonna...
thought you were gonna say bombs, but thankfully no.
In this case, you're gonna need to find some good
Al Qaeda confirmed.
replacement components, like some broken screws that have been snapped in half. But I'm sure the groundskeeper can help you find some. They have all sorts of. They have to be a bit self-sufficient out here and fix things on their own, because it's a long drive to town. Yeah.
There's
You'll
probably
have
like
that
one
thing.
bone
Considering
or
what this
hair. He's
place
just
is.
hoarding stuff.
What the fuck? Jesus.
Considering what this place is, when we get inside the scale, does it look like this has been fixed many times before and we weren't the first people to try this?
Yes, it would.
That poor bastard of a scale.
It's been through a thing or two, I'm telling you. Oh my. Moments I never could have anticipated. This is why we do this, folks. This is why we do this. You never know where the story's gonna take you.
Listen, this is our VTM equivalent of, or VTA equivalent of VTM's what we do in the shadow moment.
Yes, it is, clearly.
I guess that show also has some werewolves.
The show does have werewolves, yeah.
They do have some werewolves.
And an
Okay,
actual,
so Miranda?
actual troll, yeah.
Miranda's gonna try and bring this back into focus. Okay, this seems like a good opportunity for us. Aside from the gifts being offered, we could use the information the Foundation has to help Gravespeaker hopefully recover, but right now I think we need to do more work with them before we can figure out what specifically happened. Does anyone have a problem with us taking over the position of the questing pack, even if it's only temporarily?
I'm down.
As long as we don't, we're not. As long as you're at this point, we're not making any long-term commitment. Then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Okay.
In one way or another, I feel like I would end up doing something similar.
Also,
one, Miles,
experience
but-
dealing with mental health could be very useful with tackling the problem we encountered in New York,
Yeah,
specifically.
which is why I'm considering this.
Miles at this point is back in hominid form, but he yawns and stretches in a way that still looks very canine.
You're like laying face down, arms stretched out.
Curled up.
And then says, "Yeah, let's do it."
Okay.
Cool, cool. High five, yes.
Yeah, and Miles goes to high five from like his sort of face down laid position, so it's still like,
Hey.
In that case, she's gonna get everyone together and just, I guess, walk over and see if they can accept.
You certainly can. The workday is coming towards an end at Valkenburg, but Gretchen is in her office, and her stern secretary will let you in, giving you the finally they come eye. It's like you've been dragging your feet to come up to the principal's office or something. Though clearly
Is he a guru or?
No, she's kinfolk.
Just has the spirit of a Garu.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's not like
Stick
she
in the
doesn't
mud.
she deals with Garou on a daily basis. She's not going to be intimidated. Her name is Miss Havel, by the way. Yeah.
Her name is what?
Miss Havel
With a V or a B?
with a V.
Alright.
In that case, she's gonna speak to Kinberg?
Yep. Gretchen. Only Gretchen.
Gretchen.
Yes.
We have decided to accept your offer. We are still allied with the Sept of the Green,
Of course.
and we are hoping that during the process of working with you, we'll be able to help Grave Speaker in hopefully returning back to our Sept. But I understand that's not something that would be a good idea at the moment. So we're willing to
No.
work with you to that goal.
I can ask for nothing more. Themis, you can notice just how much tension disappears from Miss Valkenburg's body. She's, thank goodness they accepted. It's like, there was, behind those very composed eyes, a great deal of desperation, clearly, to get a new questing pack. Like, how
Do I get like the vibe that she's just, these are our last option. Thank God they said yes.
more, not so much last option as
Not last
only
option, but
option available.
this is the maybe how they word this. But,
How are they ever gonna find someone else to do this for them? That was
yeah,
like,
they probably don't have. You might not have this opportunity again, essentially.
exactly, yeah. So
Literally, like a young werewolf pack literally falls into her lap. That's pretty good.
yes. Now she is doing her best etiquette composure here to not let anyone onto this, and
Do your thing.
Meanwhile, Bryce is just like infrared vision.
exactly. So-
You just see the blood vein just pulsing in her neck. And you're not a vampire, but oh, she's stressed.
She was stressed until now. Now the pulse is going down. I guess she behaves like someone who she just got the job offer of a lifetime or something. Am I gonna get the job?
I know how
Yes.
Berg is going to die, and it's going to be a stroke from stress.
I'm very pleased to hear this. You are free to use. We'll go through all formalities. I'm going to call for a moot for tonight. As kin, I'm not to lead the moot, of course, but I have a role to play. And you will be introduced to everyone, all the Garou staff here, and of course the kinfolk staff as well. And you will have lodgings here, but I can say this, that if you want to go back to New York quickly, speak to the Sept of the Green and your elders. The Sept of Pure Heart here are neighbors, essentially, mostly Gale Stalkers. They let us use their moon bridge. That is readily available. All that we ask is that when the need arises and we need to call upon you to help us solve a problem related to what we've talked about, that you come as quickly as you possibly can. Even if you're not here at the Foundation, because your job is not patient-oriented, so on a normal day, there's going to be precious little for you to do here. But when the emergency arises, that's when you'll be called upon, of course.
You heard that, Stormbreaker? Your Winnebago is now an ambulance. Congrats.
Yeah, if you
is there
leave the
anything-
Winnebago here and go Moonbridge to New York, what happens to the Winnebago?
Gets its
Well,
wheels
clearly
off.
you should drive the Winnebago through the Moonbeach. No.
Is there anything that you need of the questing pack at the moment?
Only that you participate in the moot tonight so we can formally initiate you as the questing pack.
Understood.
You don't happen to know if any of your neighbors have hard sums of cash on them, on their premises?
She's just
Sorry.
blinking.
It sounds like you're looking to find out who nearby is good to rob.
That's what I'm fucking
No, she says.
You sound like a cop. How much money you got?
Is this your attempt here at charisma manipulation subterfuge, obviously, to find out who you
Yeah.
can rob? I feel like you should roll that. I feel like Gretchen might see right through it, and
What did you ask
What?
again?
exactly.
Like,
He asked the most sus question I've ever heard.
Can you say that again? I saw that while I was typing.
like
Oh,
Jake's just like putting his palm on his face and just shaking his head.
Yeah.
John.
Look,
Are you kidding me?
what?
The question he asked was, do you know if any of your neighbors have any large sums of cash?
Oh, you just asked it straight up.
Maybe it's from like the angle of she was like so gobsmacked that she just answered it first and then was like, wait, what?
I guess she would know that. Yeah, she's. We have some wealthy farmers around here. Why? You had just the 4 successes you needed to pull that off, Skitters.
Okay.
She's a bit
I'm gonna say.
baffled here.
Oh, it's just part of establishing cover for our human identities. Like, if people ask me where I am, I can be saying, "Oh, I was making a deal with such and such."
All right,
grammar.
Skitter, whatever you're planning, don't.
I'm not planning anything yet.
Of course.
Okay, the yet fills me with so much trepidation. Thank you for offering us this position. She's gonna look over at Skitters. We will make sure that you don't regret it.
Thank you.
She's kind of
Thank you
grinding. She's
so
grinding her
much.
teeth a little.
Yeah, she's basically just going to come and shake each of your hands vigorously this time, and she is relaxed and smiling, and there is purpose in her step.
Before we go, would you mind showing us your kennels where the Wolfbane are as well?
Of course.
Okay.
When's the dinner time around the facility usually?
Oh, just about now.
Okay. I guess we're going to try to get in contact with our associates in the city. We're going to make some calls, but we will meet you at dinner. What building is it in?
Assume the cafeteria.
Oh, yeah, there's a kitchen downstairs.
Okay, that works. So after we do the whole Skinner's talks with the wolves in the cages, and the rest of us, to assuage some of his fears, I think we're all just going to quickly try and get in contact with the different leaders back at our points of contact.
You
back
get
in
in
New
contact
York.
with the leaders. I'm eating food. Might it be poisoned? Might it be not? Guess I'll find out.
Sunset is going to be around 8 p.m. here. But yeah, Wolfbane, here we are. And I know that Skitters is particularly interested in this place.
Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting thing right above
Oh yeah,
that.
there are patients here too, of course, and
Yes, spooked.
the chief veterinarian is in fact a wolf-born Garou who has learned a lot from human sciences as well.
Oh, that's so fun.
By the name of Kayla, in fact. It's the wolf you spoke to before, isn't it?
Oh
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
Did you hit on them, or did you just threaten them?
I didn't threaten. I just asked, could I go in? And she said no, and I said, okay.
I don't
I-
remember the conversation going that way.
I have a feeling that's not how the conversation went.
But that's how I remember going, and I was the one there, so...
Your memory is very
Fair enough.
faulty.
Fair enough.
Now you're gonna get a slightly different reception, of course, because now Kayla knows that you are going to become the new questing pack. She will, in fact, be much more forthcoming. Ah, she will say. The Skitters in Shadows, Bongnor of the Sept of the Green. Now that I have heard from director Valkenburg, you know what? Kayla might actually take a homid form just to make it easier to speak. Since you are also in homid form. I need to get...
Oh, I'll go into Lupus to talk to her, since
Okay.
she's higher rank.
That's
Oh,
fair.
let me click
That's
that.
fair. So,
Give me a second, I'll click that just so, in case we get into a fight between now and the end of this conversation. Which, I'm not ruling out, but...
don't rule out anything.
Yeah.
Kayla, we still need to make the wolf shapes. Ah, I forget that every time. Ah, remind me between sessions and I'll build them for you. Anyway,
I'll ping you on Wednesday.
yeah, do that. Anyway, Kayla will show you around. I was told that Director Valkenburg told me that you might just become the new questing pack. And she's looking at you like ears forward, tail waving slightly. There is definitely the scent of she's definitely hoping that you will become. But she's still not sure about your qualifications particularly, because she's a child of Gaia by her glyphs, by her glyph markings,
Yes.
and a theurge as well. So I
Yes,
guess we
and you said she's higher ranked than me as well.
Oh yes.
I remember all this from,
Oh, yes.
from last week.
We have 2 patients here under our care. Wolfborn, like myself, she says, and stretches herself with pride. Kalu is over in that part of the pen, and she's gonna point with her ears and her nozzle. He's a bit of a sad case, aren't they all? He had lived most of his life, 6 years, not realizing that he's a Garou. And then he was thrown from his pack, turned outcast, and now he shuns even other wolves. He believes that he is still a wolf. He does not know
But
that
he
he is
is.
Garou. He refuses to understand this. He would have been a great asset to the Gale Stalkers as a Philodox.
Can I talk to him? Maybe I can get some insight into his character, like a second view.
You can always try. Are you a qualified therapist?
No, I'm a thief.
Yeah, that did not make her impressed. Look, he's scared of all wolves. And he's also
Oh.
scared of humans, because humans are scary to wolves, and he thinks he's a wolf. So he has a
But
very
he's also
lonely
scared of
life.
wolves?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Because he was...
Oh, do you know what you should do? Is you should get like a changing breed in here. I think like a rare bear or something.
Yeah, she's nodding towards you slightly in the fashion that I think many women will recognize when someone is mansplaining their job to them.
She said she's a veterinarian. She never said she was good at psychology.
Fair, but neither are you. Our other patient, she says, and moves over to another pen. He was driven mad by the change. Killed his entire pack. She did. Onke. She disappeared before her tribe, the Black Furies, could recover her. She's fenced off from Kalu because she would tear him to pieces. And of course, when you get close to the enclosure, there is a wolf just rushing right at you and turning into a hippo form and just crashing into the wall, the enclosure wall. Teeth and claws the bars bend ever so slightly, but not enough to get through. This is a sturdy build because it's literally built to keep Onke in there. And she's just frothing with fury and berserk rage.
Where is she from, this Onke?
Kanak Tale found her.
Okay. And she seems...
Shall we leave maybe her to settle down a bit?
Yeah. So, one wolf doesn't... What exactly is, like, with Anke is, with your psychiatrist, what's your, like, diagnosis of her condition, mentally?
Veterinarian.
Well...
Potato.
No, sorry, let me rephrase that sentence. This facility is primarily a psychiatry facility. So what do they think is driving her madness?
Same as for the others, but we have to communicate with the Wolfborn in their own way. It is often easier to approach them from the wolf form. And so, that is why I am here. You can't treat a Wolfborn in a patient designed for a human.
Yeah, obviously. But the first wolf doesn't believe he's Guru. I can understand that psychologically. And the second, it has just gone completely violently mad. That's not really how brains work, if you get me.
I'm starting to understand why you're homeless.
She's raising an eyebrow a little bit.
If you're saying she awoke and she went violently mad, and she's been violently mad since. So...
No, she was driven mad by the change.
Yes. So she went violently mad, driven by the change.
Yes.
And now she's, what, 100% psychopath 100% of the time? Is that what you're saying?
Not quite. It's easier to speak to her in human form.
But you approached her as a wolf.
You were curious about her condition.
Okay, and the other one, you say you can't approach as a wolf or as a human because he's scared of wolves even though he thinks he's a wolf. But does he think all other wolves are werewolves even though he doesn't think he's a werewolf?
No, he thinks all other wolves have cast him out from the community of wolves.
Okay, but I don't know if you're up with, like, animal... With your veterinarian, would you say that wolves pre-change have a concept of being cast out?
It can happen, but it's not very common.
Yes, exactly. So why would he even get that idea? Where would he get that idea from? Like, how would he learn that is even possible? It's rare enough that I would...
He is not a wolf. He's a Garou. his wolf pack turned him away for not being a wolf.
Yes, but what
Um,
made him then decide to logically leave that all wolves would cast him out?
That's,
So, Stormspeaker, Weavewalker,
that's part of
Ye-
his
His
trauma.
madness, yes.
Yes.
are we in agreement to not give the glaive to Skitters?
I'm more worried about what he would ask ancestor spirits at this point, because I don't want the afterlife coming to kill us.
I,
You're right.
like,
How about
I'm-
we just give him the Moonstone, Fangy? I feel like he'd be happy with that.
like, Skitters is good with swords, so he will be good with the glaive. But
But do we want you being able to see the spirit world?
Why
Skitters, you are not good with swords. You are good with small knives and switchblades.
Hold on, there's two different types of glaives. There's the regular glaives, and then there's grand.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
a regular
glaives
glaive,
are
so it's
dagger
actually a
size.
dagger-sized thing, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is an iron dagger with runes on it.
Yeah.
The better use for the glaive may
Oh.
actually, rather than using it as a weapon, just to use it as like free umbra vision.
Free
Yeah.
umbral sight is very nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so
if
why don't
somebody
we give
wants
it
3
to,
on the side, I'm not going to fight them for it.
Yeah, Stormspeaker. I feel like that'd really work with you.
I thank her for our conversation and say, I'm sorry if some of my questions were dumb. I'm just trying to find out, like, what, like, exactly how these people, like, are traumatized. Maybe if we find exactly, like, where the connection is between their trauma and, like, the change and their minds, we can, if we find the source, then you can cure it. Hopefully.
That is what we're working on. Kayla has a boundless patience, doesn't she?
He really does. That was
Is
just
this
the
poor
time-
veterinarian just constantly gaining willpower damage from listening to this?
It felt like a regular, like, actual doctor was speaking to one of the guys from the Pangria video.
Like,
know the one?
I am gaining willpower damage in real life.
Like, yeah, that was rough. That was disgusting.
Just me on my muted mic, just screaming, no, it's either anxiety
Like-
disorder or antisocial. Ah.
That was awful.
Also, calling someone 100% sociopath is such an insane thing.
It really was.
All sides of that.
We all know mental health is a percentage game. We are all percentage different things.
I know this is the 90s, but still, oh god.
I didn't know exactly how to put that. You don't
what we
know
put it-
what.
I like to
Like-
think that, like, at that point, she started taking aggravated willpower damage.
And
It's
and
fine.
Skitters
Still taking
isn't
willpower
the, isn't
damage.
the medical expert.
Do
It
you
isn't a
want
mega-
a 5-minute break?
Just sure.
Do it.
Oh my
Back in
God.
5, everyone. We are back, and we are back with the Moot of Valkenburg Foundation, aren't we?
First, a very important question. What was for dinner?
I don't know. Probably should have been
Meatball.
venison.
Ooh.
Or venison.
Why
I
not?
just remember what happened at Hamburger on my bed. We didn't eat that.
I
A
didn't.
wild
Hear that.
game meatball.
What?
No, that's pheasant.
What? I've had elk.
No, I'm talking like a deer. Yeah, something like that. Like a stag.
Nom, nom, nom.
Proper
Delicious.
stag venison. Yeah.
Wyoming is elk hunting territory, or at least some of it is. I don't know if
Yeah.
the place we were in is more desert, isn't it? So probably
In
not.
theory, there could be elk cakes.
All right. We are. Thanks
I
for the
guess-
follow, by the way. We have a new follow. Yay. Welcome to the channel.
Hello.
So we are
In-
doing the ritual.
Yes. Unless you have some reason to not jump to the initiation.
No?
I guess Bryce is making small talk with some of the staff, but I guess it's not super important.
The moot has been called. It's a minor moot, of course, for Valkenburg members alone, and it's this very evening.
Ominous music.
It's a sacred meeting place, isn't it? Everybody's coming here with a serious mind. And you're led to an open field. It is a gibbous moon still. So, Gaillard moon. I think storm speakers, please. A large bonfire crackles, of course, light flickering over the landscape. Gretchen is standing there together with a woman you haven't seen before. She's in her 40s, sturdy, a little bit round, upper middle age. She has long braids in her deep black hair and is definitely Native American. And she's dressed accordingly as well in traditional garb and ceremonial garb. And I think everybody here is going to be dressed in ceremonial clothes, though for each it's going to be a different culture and it's going to reflect their heritage, basically. And Gretchen will introduce you to Mary. Please, dear friends, this is Mary Canoe. She will help us lead the rite tonight. She is of the children of Gaia and a theurge.
Brad is going to say thank you for inviting us and leading us in this ritual.
She's actually of the same right as yourself, of the same rank as yourself.
Yes, but this is her territory.
It is her territory, absolutely.
So there is a certain amount of just... Yeah, we're both the same rank, but I'm in your house.
Yep. And she formally has the position as chief nurse here at the Valkenburg Foundation, when she's not leading us through a moot like this.
I think Bryce is looking at all these different ceremonial garbs and symbols and church, and he says to herself for a moment before, like, nudging Jake a bit, or Truestack rather, and saying, "So, you think me getting some patches would be cool of the whole symbol thing?"
Maybe.
Mm.
Actually, what does a glasswalker ceremonial clothes look like? I'm just thinking like 80s power suit with shoulder pads.
Yep.
I was more thought Discord headset.
Well, it's before that.
Oh wait, does that mean that the lower ranks of the glasswalkers in day are actually called kitten,
Oh goodness.
Maybe.
and the glasswalker elders are called moderators?
Mary
Gracious.
Canoe will step forth as everybody, like this group of people, Dr. Keating, Kayla, Dan, Victor Helms, and Lucius, who you haven't seen before either. He's the one who looks like he's been out in the sun a lot. His skin is really tempered by wind and sun. And Mary Canoe is has a firm, steady voice as she raises a carved staff and calls out to the spirits, speaking in both English and her native language. Spirits of the land, of mind, of moon and memory, bear witness. A new pack seeks the mantle of those who came before. Let Gaia know their names. Let the wild test their hearts. Let the fallen hear their howl and rest easier. And she speaks each stanza to each of the cardinal directions around the fire. She's going to look towards you and start with the lowest ranked among you, who is actually Skitters.
Makes sense.
Invited to step forward and place a personal token. It doesn't have to be a fetish or anything like that, just something. There's a clay bowl beside the fire, and while Mary is holding her hand out and holding her staff that is nicely adorned according to the traditions of her people, Gretchen will whisper to you, please place a personal token in this bowl.
He's going to put like a lockpick.
And speak your name, of course.
Skitters and Shadows.
So you step up, you say the name loudly, everybody. There will be... I don't think anybody is reacting yet. Everybody's just watching. And next would be... Who is... I don't know who is lowest, if we're counting from low to high. I know Weave Walker has the highest, right? Themis, you are...
Maybe me?
You have 5. True Strike has 6.
Yep.
Storm Speaker has 6. So yes, it's Themis.
I think Femis will work forward. She'll actually rips one of her patches of her jacket off. Quite an old one.
Yep.
It seems like it has seen some wear and tear, but like in perhaps like a loving way. Perhaps this was one of the first ones she ever got. But she'll look at it fondly for a moment before putting it in the bowl. It seems to be like some type of text, although not very legible.
Yeah.
Probably like a handmade little patch.
And of course, you're invited to speak your name to the moot.
I am Femis.
And then it's even between True Strike and Storm Speaker.
Coin. I
That's
say
coin.
2.
I'm gonna say that
I want-
Storm Speaker will step up next because True Strike has so much glory. So let that be a tiebreaker.
That makes sense. Like you have more of one thing than.
Yeah. So Storm Speaker steps up.
So Speaker will make the offering of... We've got the toolkit for the Winnebago and spare parts that got us here and stuff. We'll put in a spark plug from the Winnebago.
Ah. And then speaks your name, Storm Speaker. What will True Strike say?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What will True
out of
Strike
King.
say and leave in the bowl?
Alright, True Strike, since he has basically nothing, will remove his jacket.
Oh.
And
Now why don't you take
say-
a button from the jacket or a patch from the jacket because the jacket is too
Oh,
big
okay.
for the bowl.
Okay then, in that case, then if it only has to be a part... one of the buttons
Very well.
and say True Strike.
And then finally, it's Weavewalker.
Yeah, she basically steps up, removes the shoelace from one of her shoes, and says, "I'm Weavewalker, and I offer this up to help us bind us together in our travels."
Mary nods. It's a theurge to theurge nod.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the ritual's being taken seriously.
Mary will take this bowl and she's going to do smudging with it and have the contents blessed by the smudging, and it will be put at a center spot and later be treated properly so that it will stand as a symbol for the pack joining into one heart and one purpose at the ValkenburgFoundation. And then you hear Lucius starting a long howl, a rising lament to those who have fallen of the former questing pack. And each of the Valkenburg Garou join in turn, slowly building a chorus that honors not only the dead, but the living who now will carry their burden forward in both a dirge and a declaration. And as the howl reaches a pitch, the various Garou start switching into different forms. Some go Lupus, some go Glabro, Hispo. No one's gonna go Krinos at the moment. But the drums will come out. Dan is definitely playing some of the drums here. And there will be general dancing and celebrating and woohoo! You are here! Woohoo! And you've already met these people, and they're gonna, it goes from this formal introduction of you to them to let's just hang out for a while, and there will be eating and drinking supplied for those who want. Barbecue, anyone want a beer or something stronger?
I think while everyone is kind of shape-changing, Femis will actually shift into Lucas for once on Howl at the Moon.
Yeah.
I could save it, but it feels thematically irrelevant.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, but Miranda definitely didn't just change because she just took out her shoelace, and this is a lot easier.
I am. I am going to do the sound effect. There we go.
It's supposed to need shoelaces.
So is there anyone here you particularly want to have a chat with? Obviously, you've already met Dr. Keating and Kayla and Dan Skyseeker and Victor Helms and Lucius, and they're going around and presenting themselves and so on. I guess Lucius is a Philodox, same as Themis, so you can hang out in Philodox together, whatever that means in this case.
True Strike, I
Watch
feel
out
like
here.
I'm gonna say that True Strike hangs out with
With who?
Dr. Keating.
Okay, that's a bit weird. He's a Glasswalker and not a Naroon. Helms, though.
question.
Victor
Who
Helms
looks,
is Glasswalker Aroon.
Yeah, Miranda
Jake-
was going to hang out with Dr. Keating or Mary, but if
Yeah.
it's contested, it's fine.
It's like Jake seems. I'm gonna say that Jake's curious about what Dr. Keating does.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to distill various medicines for the patients, because typical human mental health medication is not necessarily going to work on these patients because of the different physiology. Yeah, Dr. Keating is quite formal in how he speaks. He's not the guy who relaxes after a day of work and just starts partying and drains the keg, as it were. He doesn't wear his lab coat right now, but he still wears a suit, and he's still very much in professor mode or scientist mode. Both Helms and Keating are glasswalkers, by the way, so you have strong representation there. Also, the second Arun of the group here, Dan. So, True Strike might have... you have two Arun to relate to, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm still with Keating. You heard me. I'm committing.
Okay, you're committing to Keating.
Yep.
What are you going to ask Keating?
Just like all sorts of questions. Well, like even if I don't understand it, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, he'll try to explain it. You'll find him a grateful host to speak about his work, his attempt to find. But the only problem is that very often when he speaks,
I don't necessarily get it. Yeah.
Because he's okay. Apparently not today. Apparently today he has a bit of a night off with only 2 successes on his attempt to explain everything amazing for you.
I guess I wonder what I would roll to try and understand.
He uses too many terms that aren't layman's terms.
Yeah, so he's not good at switching off his science brain. He'll be the guy who produces a pad from his shirt pocket and starts drawing out the chemical schematics for the various active substances he's working on. So you're going to see a bunch of lines with a bunch of combining a bunch of letters into hexagons, and then there's a line going out, and so you see this molecule here will then interact with that molecule, and that together will...
I would like to use a check of persuasion charisma to try and ask the right click to make the conversation flow smoother for the both of us.
Feel free.
Nice.
That works pretty decently, yeah. You are not making a complete fool out of yourself at this route.
Seeing the disaster that's about to happen, Weavewalker is going to try and intercept Skitters and Kayla.
What? I didn't say anything about even talking to her.
No, but everyone else is paired off, so...
Everyone else is sensing a disturbance in the force.
So Weavewalker and Kayla then.
Yeah. Just to try and repair any opinions she may have of our pack.
Feel free to roll, I guess, charisma etiquette. You're great at that.
Oh yeah, I'm great at charisma etiquette.
No.
Right now, she's just, before she rolls, I'm just gonna say, I'm glad that we've been accepted as the questing pack as part of this foundation, and I know you've put a lot of time, effort, and a lot of yourselves in making this place. I'd just like to apologize if any of my pack mates have overstepped. They are, and we are generally quite city-bound. We only undertook the change a couple of months ago. We've done a lot since then, but we're still quite new to this, so I apologize for any faux pas on our part. And then she's going to roll a skill does not have.
Hey, maybe you get a crit, okay?
She can't get a crit out.
I can't get a crit. I've got 1 dice.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Can I try to roll charisma persuasion instead?
No. You're making your...
I did get a technical crit.
It is a 10. It's as good as it gets. I suppose Kayla will, because you are rank 3 like her, so you're equal speaking to each other, and because you are at least the A for effort is what we're gonna get. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Speaking of which, Skitters, what are you gonna do as this socializing happening?
I'm going to see if I can slip away while everybody's busy socializing.
The rite isn't over yet.
Oh wait, sorry. If the rite isn't over, I won't.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always get drunk in a corner. We don't feel like
I'll,
talking.
no, that's not something you do if the right's not over either.
The night is consisting of two parts. You would have been told this before. Because someone always have to be on watch in the Foundation to watch over the patients just in case, you will be introduced to them in waves. So now it's the first shift and then it's the second shift.
All right. I'm going to talk to Lucius and ask him about how he caught... What was the name of the second... OA? Yeah.
Very well.
She did say that it was Lucius who caught him, right?
Yep.
Or, yeah.
Isn't that a good question? Yeah, Lucius introduces himself. He is a silent strider, Philodox, in fact. And I think he comes with bottle of beer. Do you want a bottle of beer, Skitters and Shadows?
No, thank you. I'm trying to stay sober for this whole right thing.
That is the good choice.
Dr. Valkenburg was saying that you've been the primary scout and you've brought in a lot of these unfortunates to the institute. Is that correct?
Yes, I am one of the scouts.
And did you bring in Oye?
I did.
Since we're going to be the question pack and you've brought in these unfortunate, I'd love to hear some tips you have, like how exactly, because I just walked up in Lupus farm and she ran straight at me and she probably would have gone full Kronos and if maybe she could have. So how exactly did you capture her?
No, first of all, you shouldn't approach her in Lupus form. That's what sets her off.
Okay, but Kayla regularly goes with Lupus form and she goes into that. Okay, never mind. Maybe she was just...
Kayla is trying to... has to treat both Kalu and Onke. And one of the approaches to Kalu is to be Lupus. They stay in both of them stay in their wolf form all the time, as far as I know. Which is why they are in the wolf pens and not inside the house. But yeah, you were asking about how I found...
Yeah, and how you brought her in. Like, what exactly did you do? I'd love to have some tips for...
It was actually Kanak Tale, not me and myself. But I can tell you the story anyway.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
It was a stormless night. It was heavy with... well, thought. Tale was in the wilds near the Catskills. I wasn't there to track or to sing, but to listen. Rumors had reached us at Valkenburg. Howls in the night that didn't match any wolf. Paw prints too large to be a coyote. Locals spoke of something wrong in the forest. Something that killed other predators, but didn't eat them. But we could guess what was happening. So he followed the trail of shattered bones and territorial scrapes into a gulch of old stone and tangled underbrush, and that's where he found her. A fully grown lupus black fury howling at nothing, tearing apart a tree like it had insulted her ancestors. He didn't approach her directly. He spent 2 days howling from afar and left food and sat in the open view, and he left the food and sat there. And he was never armed, and on the 3rd night he played his flute. On the 4th she attacked him, but he didn't fight back. Instead he howled her name into her face as she pinned him. And it reminded her, even briefly, of who she was. And so she stopped and wept. And for some time then, she was calm enough for us to bring her here. But the moment she sees another lupus, she's set off by just about anything. In a murderous rage, she's more or less lost to Hauglosk already, as far as we're concerned. And
sad case.
It takes a lot of work to get her to not be in that state.
So maybe I missed. You said he howled her name, and how did he know it?
Spirits.
Spirits. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we should. That's a good thing. Spirits. We should interview them if we come across. Thank you. These are good tips. Patience. Yes. Interviewing local spirits. Okay. Those are all good tips. Thank you very much. Do you have any general tips for if you ran into a human being who was a human-born guru who was having a bad time with the change?
We'll tell you how to proceed when the time comes.
Okay.
This is a night for initiation, for introductions, and for celebrations. Themis, who are you hanging out with?
Well, that is the question. First off, she's gonna change the hobbit so she can have a bear.
Yay! Beer!
As funny as it would be to drink in lupus form, probably no.
Quite messy.
A little bit, maybe.
I imagine that if she were to do it, she would do like one of the things where you like pop a hole in the can and then just drink it. But no, it's gonna be polite drinking so far.
Polite drinking. Very well.
Polite underage drinking, but still, yes.
Yeah, nobody here cares too much. Storm Speaker! Who are you talking to anyone?
But yes, I would like to talk to someone.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Themis.
You did say Lucius was a Philodox, right?
Yes, I did say that.
So
These were
I
scary.
guess-
There are several Philodox here. Keating and Lucius.
I'm talking to Dr. Keating.
Cackled?
No Philodox for you.
We can talk to multiple people.
Yes. But just for the sake of the scene, like where we're emphasizing. So, Lucius! He's being pulled by Skitters and Themis. What do you want to ask Lucius?
What do you work with again?
I'm
Sorry,
a
a lot of people. Oh yes, you're the one who made today's dinner, right?
Yes, I was the one who found out that you were on the way, and I travel both the lands and the umbral plains near and far to find lost cubs and scout them out and see if we have to make an intervention. And thank Gaia you are here, he says. Honestly, it is a great pleasure because you are going to make my work much safer. Being a lone scout out there is... I'm not the only scout, but we travel alone. The scouts do. Me and Kanaktale. And I do not... It's good to be able to call upon the questing pack in case things go wrong.
Other character, did he say he was the chef or the scout?
Oh, Kanaktale, he's also a scout.
Oh, he's both. Okay.
What?
I asked him what he did and he said, oh, I'm the chef. And then was
What?
like, oh, and I traveled. I was like, huh? It's a hard conversation turn.
What? Whatever, man.
Yes, I suppose you said you're the scout, but you sometimes look for these lost people, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm scouting for.
Are there any, like, particular areas where you find more of them?
No, I haven't been able to spot a pattern as such. I just try to go where there are large kinfolk populations, which means that half of my job is basically being a detective. I have some help from Johnny, the bone gnawer researcher. He is good at sitting and going through genealogies and doing all the library work to locate, and then I do the field work.
Yes. Dunga. Are there cases where it's just like a Garu like manifests like without the whole lineage thing?
I've seen a lot of strange things, I'll tell you that.
Poof, surprise.
Yeah. Most of my attention will be spent in areas that doesn't have a strong Garou presence. Because if there are kinfolk around there who might, or people who might go through the first change around there without any tribes around to guide them, that's where I'm needed. So I can't say I've been to New York or Chicago or any of the big cities or any of the... I try to stay away from the septs for the most part, because the septs, they find their own, right? But we have to find those who fall between the septs. So that's
Yeah, I
where
guess that
most
makes
of
sense, yeah.
my walking takes place.
Finding. I guess most of the last ones would be people who are like on the fringe of, I guess, both Garou and human society.
Exactly.
Maybe like smaller kind of farms or towns or...
Yeah. You get to spend more than one night outdoors in my job, he says. He just nods.
Yeah, I was about to say, and like the small wolf packs as well with the Wolfbane.
Indeed. Storm Speaker, who do you want to speak to? If anyone.
Okay, so the idea of the possibility of driving the Winnebago across the moon bridge has really got into Storm Speaker's head. And since they want us to be the rapid reaction force, the ability to do that would massively improve our response time. So he's going to be talking to anybody who may know if there's any way that's a possibility.
So Mary?
Yeah, I guess that will be Mary, because Kayla is talking to Weavewalker.
I love how we've completely fucked the order. I was in.
I'm happy. Well, I was gonna talk to Mary, but if we're doing one person, one talk, then that's fine. As well.
We'll start like this, right? So next time I'll have a social combat order and initiative, and everything will be anyway.
Yeah, I can tell you that.
Mary will smile at you as you're coming towards her, and you're starting to ask a lot of really strange questions. These are all really good questions, she says. We should have you connect with the Sept of the Pure Heart. We do not have a moon bridge here at ValkenburgFoundation. And my training as a theurge is specifically focused on the work of healing. I am a medicine woman of the Lakota tribe, and that is my focus. So I have paid less attention to the workings of the spirits than some other theurges. I think, indeed, maybe your own theurge, Weavewalker, might know more about the Umbra than I do, as I don't travel deep into the Umbra very often.
Right, since I've got the other contacts, like some other people I may need to talk to about this, I guess the other thing, I guess this could wait to, so we'll just be asking for advice about, since we're doing this, we're going to be contacting like very traumatized werewolves. Ask what books I should be reading about psychological first aid and crisis negotiation, and like talking people down who are suicidal or having a bad drug reaction or a psychotic break, just to get ready for what we're going to be doing.
She will refer you to Dr. Keating and Johnny for that, particularly Dr. Keating, but the library is next to Johnny's office, so that's where you're going to find a lot of books on that. And before you leave her, she'll say, maybe your Winnebago would need to be turned into a very powerful talisman for this to work, since the moon bridge is a spiritual phenomenon. Interesting question. Your initiation ritual, is not finished yet. This has just been the first part of the ritual. And you've been sitting around by the fire, and at this point, introductions have taken place for the most part, but at this point, the first shift will in fact leave. So, you never spoke to Victor or to Victor Helms or Dan Skyseeker much. Fortunately, Kayla will leave because she's got to go back to her job, and Lucius and Keating as well, and they're gonna replace.
Fortunately, Kayla leaves. She's safe.
She's safe. They're gonna be replaced by the others: Kanak Tane, Harry, Ben, Johnny have come to crack open something and sit down and have a chat. Is there any one of these you want to have a chat with?
I want to talk to Kanak Tane.
Kanak Tale being a silent starter Gaillard, actually. Harry Horse is a Heart Warden Arun. Ben is a Children of Gaia Arun. And Johnny is a Bongnor Philodox.
You'll have to remind me again, which is the guy with the library?
The guy with the library? Oh, that would be Johnny.
Oh.
So, Themis talks to Johnny? Sounds...
Yes. She's a bit curious about, I guess, psychology books.
Oh, is Storm Speakers coming too? Because you also wanted to hear about psychology and stuff?
If Mary's still here, Walker will try to talk to Mary.
Absolutely. Ben and Harry? Anyone want to talk to Ben and Harry?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down.
The three Arun. You can do some arm
jaw.
wrestling. Ugh.
Hell
go.
yeah. I'm guessing that would be a strength test.
It definitely would. Strength and athletics. Yes, definitely. Let's see now.
Wouldn't it
Blessed Brew.
Or is it strength and brawl?
Maybe.
It feels
Maybe.
like that would be very obvious, but
I mean, hey, I'm okay with that. All right, then sure. Strength and brawl.
I think it's more strength and athletics, but okay.
I feel like either could work.
I'm gonna use strength and athletics for Harry because he has literally no brawl for whatever reason.
What do you mean? Whatever. That's so weird, Harry.
Yeah, isn't it? But he has a lot of the other stuff. Okay.
You can willpower that.
Ben.
You're next, Benny.
Sure. He just smiles in a very friendly way. Like, in your tribe, the children of Gaia are seen as complete and utter weaklings, right? Oh, we bring healing to the world. Let's not fight. Can't we just hug it out? Yeah, this guy apparently does nothing to defy the stereotypes.
You know what? I'm gonna let him win because, basically. Ooh, I don't want to hurt this guy, so I basically just forfeit the match.
Ow! You forfeit the match because that brutal outcome is really you just slamming his arm really hard on the table, like on the bench, and he goes, ah.
Yeah, I don't want to do
okay.
it. I just kill, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Did he look like he actually took damage then?
Yes, he did.
No, because you have the option to.
It's a
Or
brutal
he cut it out.
outcome. You can't choose your brutal outcome, can you?
All right.
No, yeah, that's kind
I
of the
guess
point.
not now.
All right, then you're right.
I guess
you're right.
yeah.
I guess I fucked him up
Yeah,
accidentally.
as Walker's heading towards Mary, she's gonna just quickly. Nice to meet you, Ben. Sorry about True Strike. He gets a bit active sometimes, and she's gonna try to heal him of that injury with Mother's touch.
Sounds muffled, by the way.
Oh, my one's muffled.
Yeah.
Okay, so better now.
Yep.
A little bit. Yeah.
That's something. Ben thanks you. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. So that heals 2 wounds, hopefully.
Yep.
It took that. And then she's gonna heal off again.
It was, what, 3 superficial, so he took 2, so now he's fine. That's fine. Feels much better. I really just needed some ice on that, but thank you, Wee Walker. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
What did you want to ask Mary?
A lot of things. I'll start with the pretty much obvious. She'll try to keep them to the side. I just ask, I'm very new to this, even though I am quite well respected. So I've had to learn a lot of things quickly. The first questing pack. Can you tell me what actually happened?
They were ambushed in the Umbra by Bane spirits. Too many.
Ambushed?
Yes,
An ambush sounds deliberate.
it doesn't it? I had no idea how it was set. We still don't know. Or if
Was
it
there
was
a specific
planned.
type of spirit?
We don't know much, and it worries me.
In that case, how do you have all of their talisman?
Lucius and Canaktale went to find them when they weren't reporting back, and could track them down.
An impressive skill to be able to track someone like that in the Umbra.
They are silent striders.
Yes, what they're good at. So they were ambushed. Was there any mission they were on the way to complete, or?
Oh yes, they were going to protect the cubs, lost cubs. And we don't
Specifically?
know if these Banes knew about ValkenburgFoundation. In case they did, they haven't shown any inclination to attack us here. We have plenty of warding spirits.
Maybe that's why they haven't attacked.
Could be. Or it could just be that there was a local worm infestation and the questing pack interfered with whatever the worm was doing there at that time. There are still many questions. We don't have the resources to investigate everything, unfortunately. But perhaps we will be able to devote more time to that now. We do like to have some answers too. It's just been so much work with other things. We're all, well, quite tired, to be honest.
It's put a lot of strain on this entire group,
Does indeed.
from what I could see. Were there remains recovered? Are they buried here?
Yes, they are.
Okay. If it's possible, could you tell me where they are? I think it might be a good message to pass on to the rest of my pack that the repercussions are severe if we're not incredibly careful.
Of course.
And the death of fellow Guru is not something we've directly experienced yet, and I'd like to make sure that we don't for a long time coming.
As
And
would I
maybe
hope.
seeing their graves maybe will help focus them.
Of course. Everybody, Gretchen says, please sit around the fire.
Do I have time to talk to Johnny?
A little bit about the books, but you'll get back to that in a moment. Kanaktalia, being Lupus, lies next to the fire because, you know, that's the thing you can do in Lupus. Gretchen is producing an old notebook, like decades and decades old. And she's opening it. We come before the fires this night to remember. We come not to dance, but to weep. We weep for the lost Garou, and we weep for our future. If we ever cease to remember, the danger will grow again. The worm festers when we forget. This is a tale of a land far away and a time now gone. I read to you now from the journals of Dr. Leopold Valkenburg. January 20th, 1913. Finally, all is complete. My first client comes tomorrow at 9 o'clock sharp. The offices look good. I have just stood up to adjust the diploma on the wall. It would not be proper to usher my first client into an untidy study. My client is a Mr. Jacob Hargast, who suffers from acute paranoia. The cause and cure for his condition has perplexed many a psychiatrist in Jena, but I feel that I know exactly what ails him. I possess a heritage unknown to them, which allows me to look into many a mad face and know just wherein the madness lies. Our kind are not at home in this prim and proper world of European society, but through understanding and knowledge, I can at least help the unfortunates who crack under the pressure to find their way back to some semblance of help. It was my immense success at the university that has allowed me to begin, so early on in my career, a private consulting practice. The reputation I made among the faculty of the university has ensured that I shall not want for clients. I am wary now, for there has been much to do today. I had best finish this record and head off to bed to begin afresh my first day as a consulting psychoanalyst. I should first give the record of Mr. Hargast. In 1912, he was admitted to the Jena Asylum for treatment of his condition. There it was discovered that his paranoia fits only took place during the full moon. He's convinced during this time the beasts will come from the woods to snatch him away. If only they had. Then he could lead a well-adjusted life as what he truly is. I shall help in this respect, but not too early, for his mind is already under great pressure of fear. I must gently break the news to him of his heritage. Tomorrow, then, I bring another into the fold. January 21st. A resounding success. After years of asylums and endless analysis, I have succeeded where others have failed. Mr. Hargast is cured, for I have showed him the cause of his fears and whereby they are real. It was quite a shock to him. He had for years been told that he was mad, that his imaginings of beasts lurking on the periphery of his dream forests were but neurotic thoughts brought on by some as yet to be ascertained childhood fear. In this, they were only partially correct. A childhood fear, yes, a fear of his true self. It is not easily that modern man succumbs to the wild heart within him. Mr. Hargast had come to believe that he was mad, that his delusions had no basis in reality. I was able to show him otherwise by demonstrating to him the product of our rage, the shifting of form from man to wolf and back. Oh, but I was most careful to ensure that I gained Mr. Hargast's total and complete trust first. I had not planned on such an extreme demonstration so early on. I had thought it would take Mr. Hargast a number of sessions before I could reveal the truth to him, but I judged after meeting him that he was ready for it now. I took a gamble and it paid off. We must use intuition in these delicate matters just as much as reason, for are we not creatures of both worlds? Therefore, before his astonished eyes as he lay on the couch, I shifted to the crinus and then to the lupus. I pranced around on all fours and did acts that would prove that I still retained myself, my ego center. Then I shifted back to human form and resumed my talk with him. I believe it was my total candor and ease with my abilities that did the trick. I had enveloped the change in a sense of wonder and invoked for him a path by which he could release his fear and be free. He wanted so badly to do as I had done, to take the body of a wolf and roam wild. Tonight I take Hargast to the forest to run as he should have long ago. There the children of Gaia shall meet him and ascertain his tribe. They will take over my job from here, for I believe that Mr. Hargast is quite ready to be done with human society, with all its walls and doctors, and join his wilderness heritage. Tonight, then. She will keep reading from this old journal. I'm not going to read the entire thing right now. I will post the rest on Discord, though. It will end, the last entry, it tells the tale of the children of Gaia versus the Retalans and the controversy about Leopold Valkenburg's work in Switzerland. And it ends with the entry on February 29th. I have given much thought to the matter. If I were to give in now, the shadow will have won. I must continue my work. There's too much that can come out of it. But not here. I am through here. I cannot aid others, for any who I associate with will become the enemy of the Red Talons. I cannot inflict that on anyone. I have decided to leave, to travel elsewhere and set up my practice anew. I have asked the Silent Striders to seek out a place for me. I am hopeful that they will return with news soon. I must beware, however, not to let my guard down from this point on. We have something inside of us which attracts this thing, this shadow beast. Is it the dichotomy between man and wolf? Is it from the dark abyss between ourselves and the two selves we have that this thing arises? When we cast a light into the darkness of ourselves, we create shadows. These things have a life of their own, hidden from our view, playing their game in the dark periphery of us. We must beware this shadow of the wolf. As I said, I'm gonna post the rest on Discord so you get the full story.
Man, me when I'm in a worthless bum competition and my opponent is the Red Talon tribe.
Mary Canoe steps up to the fire as Gretchen sits down, and she starts to sing a song of mourning. It starts as a song of mourning, but then it turns into a song of hope and joy, emphasizing through gesture that as she's been singing the song of mourning in the direction of where the old questing pack lies buried. But then she turns and she looks at all of you, and now the song becomes one of hope and joy. And the others will start to goad you to rise and dance once more around the fire.
All right then.
Oh, fuck it. Performance check.
Yes, performance checks from everyone.
Fuck.
That was.
Can I do a charisma performance?
No, it has to be a dexterity performance because you're dancing.
Do we have to dance?
Yes, you do.
Dance, white boy, dance!
I guess you could choose not to, but they might be mad.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, if you don't dance the various mystical wards, the spirits will not recognize
kill
you
you.
as the questing pack.
Okay, so plus performance.
Yeah, Miranda is killing it on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Let's pray this goes well.
Logged.
Oh my goodness.
Luckily,
Look.
the good news for Miranda is that it's not a matter of how many successes you get, it's just a matter of you actually doing it.
Oh, great.
Because that means that the spirits have now recognized you. Oh, they are marking themselves as the questing pack by dancing around this fire, because nobody else is doing that, it's only you. Even though poor Weave Walker stumbles and falls into the grass with a big chunk of very sooty earth in her mouth, given that
Yeah.
fumble.
Accidentally puts
Like,
her hand like too close to the fire and it
Ah!
gets burned. Gets a little burnt.
yep.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I think Bryce will help you get up.
Yep. But as you have completed the dance, it is now about 3 a.m. in the morning, and you have now completed the rite of initiation, which allows you to ignore any of Valkenburg's various mystical wards meant to restrain the patience and alarm of any intruders. You can go where you please, wherever you want within the Foundation now. You are now the official questing pack. And yeah,
Man,
everybody's basically going to bed
Reddit.
or their night shift posts. And Gretchen will just welcome you with an actual hug, and so does Mary and everybody else. And that, I think, is the perfect time to end this session with the Heel Walkers now being the questing pack. And who knows what kind of quests they will be sent out to solve. I'm sure it turns out that there are no more lost cubs. All the tribes take care of their coming cubs perfectly now. They've learned their lesson from the past 100 years. They have set up proper institutions and systems to take care of the cubs and make the change as little traumatic as possible. I'm just... No. That's
And the whole world has transitioned to solar punk, and we're great.
Exactly! Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yes.
To keep track of what Gaia is asking of this pack, follow if you go to the follow on Twitch, if you go to YouTube, follow on subscribe and bell icon, and howl to Gaia in the commentary and chat sections. We will see you.
Yes, join in on the mood in the comment section.
Exactly. We will see you in a week from now. Are we raiding anyone today? Okay, apparently
I
we
don't
are.
know.
I just realized. I can do
Man,
that.
I need to get the one soundbite from Mountain Blade where it's like, it's raiding time.
Right? Okay, they're playing Masks of Nyarlathotep.
I was gonna joke, there are no wayward Garou cubs and there are no wayward childers. No, not at all.
It's funny to me how in World of Darkness we're in a way playing as the cultist.